This month's videos are brought to you by Video Rangers Podcast, your one-stop podcast for 80s movies and TV. Check them out on iTunes and Google Play.
Good afternoon, everybody, and happy Wednesday, and welcome to yet another painfully, agonizingly slow day of my life. Oh my gosh, work? What work? There's nothing to do at work. It has been so incredibly slow there, and as such, my days have just been dragging on. The last few months have been very busy, and as such, they've just flown right by. I can't believe I've already been at my new job for as long as I have been. I've just been so incredibly busy that time has just, again, flown right by. It's great. Not the last 2 days. The last 2 days I've had very little work to do, and as such I've just been sitting around bored trying to find busy work to do. That's how bored I am. I need something to do to just make the time pass by, and there's not really much that I can do, so it's driving me insane. It is only noon right now. Feels like it should be, I don't know, 5 o'clock in the afternoon at this point. I can't believe it's only 12 p.m. Hopefully things do end up picking up at work and I don't go insane. That would be nice. So all right, anyway, we are at the Home Depot because I need a juicy, delicious wiener to pep me up.
A juicy wiener always makes things better.
Well, back to what I'm sure will feel like another 20 hours of work. Well, ask and you shall receive. I am definitely no longer bored. This right here is called bin reassignment. I have to take everything from here and here and move them into a whole different location, thus emptying up these spots. Then I have to take stuff from other spots and refill these spots with that stuff to open up those other spots so we can put more stuff in there then. All this has to, of course, be cataloged within our navigational system so we know where everything is. This is going to take a very, very long time. This is probably like a few months worth of work. This is kind of just extra work on top of my regular work. So, all right, guess I won't be bored for a very long time to come. Cool. And the workday is done, and what an insanely crazy day it has been. From having absolutely nothing to do to being assigned one of the most insane projects ever. That'll take me a very, very long time. Oh well, all right. It is Wednesday. Let's go to Goodwill. And to Goodwill we have gone. So yes, last week was their 50% off sale, so I'm really hoping they didn't put everything out for that day. And now I'm gonna walk in here and find absolutely nothing. Who knows though? I do love this Goodwill. Let's see what they got. Well, all right, as usual, plenty of media, lots of VHS. It looks like a boatload of CDs. I see a ton of CDs on this rack. And of course, a lot more DVDs and some Blu-rays as well. That is fantastic. So they definitely still have a decent amount in stock. All right, let's dive in. Let's see what they got. Okay, we are officially starting this trip off absolutely amazingly. I can't believe what I just found. Not only did I just come across They Live, that's great. I do already have this, of course, but I'm gonna pick this up for the store. I can't believe I found another copy of this. You guys ready for? You guys are gonna be so mad. Dead Alive. Are you kidding me? The last time I picked one of these up, it sold within about 3 seconds because this is a rather rare DVD. It goes for quite a bit online because obviously it is now out of print. Again, I already do have a copy myself, but I am definitely grabbing this for the store. I can't believe I found this. That's just amazing. Huh, well, this actually looks to be about it. Now, these, again, are two absolutely amazing titles to come across, but two amazing titles I'm picking up for the store, not for me. In fact, there's nothing here whatsoever that I have any interest in for myself. No DVDs I want to pick up. There are some other DVDs I might be interested in for the store, but I'm going to pass on them today. So I guess that's it for the DVDs. Let's see what they got in the VHS. And once again, something else for the store. Definitely going to pick this up, but I need to find something for me. All right, well, finally something for myself. The Bells of Saint Trinidad's? How do you say that? I'm not 100% sure, but this looks to be a good movie. Gets great reviews. The synopsis sounds fantastic. For $1, I'm gonna grab it. And once again, only 2 titles I want to pick up. This is it for the VHS that I have any interest in. At least this time, one of them is for me. But again, that is all I'm grabbing. One movie thus far. All right, they do have 1 million CDs. Let's look through them next. Now this would be an absolutely fantastic find. Venga Boys, the Party album. I actually really like this CD. Unfortunately, the disc is just horribly scratched. Now, I am a little bit more lenient when it comes to my CDs, but even for me, this one is just too badly destroyed. However, PUSA is in perfect condition. Gotta grab this one. Ooh, you guys know how much I love my Weird Al CDs, but I do tend to enjoy them more when the ones I don't already own. All right, that looks to be about it for the media. So let's quickly look around the rest of the store, see what they have. Maybe we'll come across some Disney Parks merch. And what do you know? They do have some Disney Parks merchandise. This here being, though, a bandana for a dog, so not necessarily something I'm dying to have for my collection, but it is only $1, and the more I think about it, I could lay this one down flat in the display, and it might look kind of cool, so I don't know, maybe I'll grab it. But this I'm definitely picking up, a Disneyland Disney World cup. This is really, really cool. Unfortunately, looks like a lot of the water has started to evaporate over the years, but it is still kind of neat. It's only $1. I'm gonna get it. Well, I know that a few of you are going to be pretty upset that I did not pick up this mug. That is pretty cool. Scottish Jesus? All right, well, that does look to be about it, so maybe not the best trip ever for me, but definitely a good trip for you guys. All right, so let's get out of here. Let's go home and take a look at everything I picked up. All right, back from my all-time favorite Goodwill, which proved to be a little bittersweet today. Sweet because I found some really cool titles, especially that out-of-print DVD. That was an absolutely amazing find. But also somewhat bitter because most of what I picked up was for the Cinema Sickness store and not very much in the way of anything that I wanted to pick up for myself. So, yeah, bittersweet, what can I say? But still, I grabbed some really cool titles, so let's take a look at what all I picked up. And first up, we'll take a look at everything I grabbed for the Cinema Sickness store. So, all right, first thing I picked up here, the weird and bizarre really sticks out to me, and it's stuff I just want to have for the store. I mean, yeah, I want to have cool things as well, but I also want to have just weird and bizarre stuff, and this is definitely weird and bizarre, and that is William Hung Inspiration, the CD DVD combo. I don't know. I just had to pick this up. This is weird. It's bizarre. It's William Hung. This had to be on the Cinema Sickness store. Will anybody be interested in this whatsoever? Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one, but still, this is awesome. Had to go up in the store. That is just a weird and bizarre find that I definitely wanted to put up there. I had to get it. And then because these are out of print, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 2 Meet Casey Jones. The DVDs, obviously the VHS, they're all out of print right now, so definitely wanted to pick that up. I've been finding a lot of Turtles recently, which is really, really cool. This is from the 2003 series? Is that when this was? 2003, I think. And I need, like, I think 3 more of the DVDs, and then I have the complete set, which will be really, really cool. Definitely want to get my hands on those. So again, these are out of print. Had to pick this one up for the store as well. And I love the fact that they make a mural on the side when you put them all together. That's so cool. And then because this is just a fantastic movie, They Live. I love this movie. John Carpenter, classic right here. Such a good film. I already had one of these once before on the Cinema Sickness store, and it sold pretty quickly, so definitely wanted to get another copy. Roddy, we will miss you. I love this film. It is just amazing. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's so good. But then, oh my gosh, the Holy Grail. This, I could not believe I came across again. I came across one of these maybe a few months ago at a flea market, and now I'm coming across another one. Both times, discs were in perfect condition, which is just mind-blowing. This is so cool. We have Dead Alive. What? Another copy of this? That is so cool. And of course, I mean, when I saw this, I went, there's just no way. There's just no way. There's just no way. Oh my gosh. The disc is scratch-free. That is just fantastic. Can't believe I came across another one of these. These are currently out of print right now. This film is no longer in print. They did a really short Blu-ray release of this as well, but that very quickly went out of print and now just fetches insane amounts. It's just the price people want for those Blu-rays are just crazy. The DVD is a little bit more manageable as far as price is concerned. So definitely had to pick this up for the Cinema Sickness store. I, of course, already have my own personal copy of this movie. Definitely. It's fantastic. So yeah, this, again, was just an amazing find. Couldn't believe it was still sitting there. I saw it. I was like, how did nobody grab this yet? That is awesome. It must have just been put out or something. I don't know. So very, very cool find. But all right, that was everything I picked up for the store. So now what I grabbed for myself. So first up here, I grabbed this cool Disneyland. I swear, it does say Disneyland and Disney World right there. There's some stars blocking it. But Disneyland, Disney World, Mickey Mouse cup. It's just pretty cool. I like it. You guys know me. I got my little Disney Parks collection going on. And I thought it was pretty neat. Unfortunately, the water has definitely started to evaporate over time. No longer does exactly what it's supposed to do. As you can see, there's like sparkles and their stars are all supposed to, you know, swirl around and Doesn't really do that anymore since there's only maybe a quarter of the amount of water that's supposed to be in it. But it does have this little like stopper in the bottom, which I tried to get out and really wasn't able to. But I'm gonna try a little harder, and maybe I can fill it back up. That'd be cool. My whole like Disney Parks collection is very quickly becoming just like cups. So many different mugs and shot glasses and other weird cups and stuff like that. So yet another one for the collection. It was just pretty cool. I liked it. It's Mickey. That's awesome. I love the fact that it does say Disney World or Walt Disney World and Disneyland. I think that was just really, really awesome. And then also for the Disney Parks collection, I almost thought about passing up on this, but I just grabbed it. It was only $1. Both of these were only $1. This one is a bandana for a dog. My human went to Walt Disney World, and all I got was this lousy bandana. Now, why did I really want this? I mean, I do have 2 dogs, but they're chihuahuas. This would never fit them. But why did I want this? I just thought it'd be cool maybe like to hang up in like the background, or even open up and lay down, or something. Somehow display this. I just thought it was kind of neat in the fact that I could display it in some interesting way, maybe in the back. So I got it. I don't know. This isn't necessarily a thing I kind of go for with my collection. I like figurines and cups and other tchotchkes like that, but dog bandanas? I don't know. I would probably stay away from this normally. If it wasn't like brand new, I might not have grabbed it. So I don't know. It's kind of neat. It was only $1. I figured, what the heck? I'll put some use to that somehow. And then I grabbed one CD here for $1, and that's Presidents of the United States of America. Yes, some PUSA, Pure Frosting. I love PUSA. Great, great band. Really do miss them. Are they still around? They probably are, but I miss them actually being played on the radio and actually hearing them all the time. This is cool. I'm assuming this is a live album, but that is great. Again, fantastic band. Definitely had to pick this up. And then the only like actual movie I grabbed for myself was, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, is it Bells of Saint Trinidad's? Am I saying that correctly? I'm not sure. I'm not really aware of this movie, but the synopsis sounded good. It gets very good reviews. Apparently, this is a pretty darn good movie, so I figured I would grab it. But I know nothing about this, so if you've seen this movie, leave a comment. Let me know. I'm sure I'll get a million people saying, "What? You haven't seen that? It's fantastic. You should check it out." But yeah, I don't know. I'm new to this one. I definitely want to check it out, though, so I had to pick it up. Both of these were $1 a piece. Sound like a good deal to me. And that was it. That was everything I picked up. So not a lot of stuff, but some really cool stuff for the store and some decent stuff for myself. Just the way it goes sometimes. The manager was telling me that they really haven't gotten in any new media since the sale last Wednesday, the 50% off sale. So that's why there wasn't as much to pick through. Even though the whole display was completely full, there wasn't really anything new. Only a few new things. I think the evil or the Dead Alive was probably a new thing, which is just again amazing that I was sitting there. I can't believe nobody picked that up. But anyway, so yeah, bittersweet kind of day, but still I grabbed some really cool things. So now let's watch a movie, and I'm gonna watch one that I'm sure is gonna really make me mad. Birth of a Nation.
Who's there? Yes.
Okay, Birth of a Nation. I was not wrong. This movie definitely got under my skin and definitely ticked me off. As somebody who was married to a black woman and has a half-black child, this kind of just blatant racism, with the slavery and everything, really does get under my skin. When I see people just acting the way they're acting, I'm like, ugh. But at least in this movie, we have some revenge, which is great. If you don't know what this movie's about, very briefly, I won't try to spoil it too much for you, but it's about this boy who was born into slavery and eventually grows up to be this black preacher and this black slave preacher, and he starts going around to all these different plantations, preaching to kind of quiet down the slaves because they don't want them to, they don't want an uprising or anything like that. So he's kind of there to preach the word of God and sort of subdue the slaves and make them a bit more docile, I guess. But when he's doing this, he's seeing some really nasty things because his slave owner, his master, isn't like a complete jerk. I mean, he's not great, but he's not pure evil. He's actually a pretty nice one, all things considered, for what he could be going through. But when he goes to these other plantations, he sees some really nasty things. He sees like the worst of the worst, and it's pretty messed up. So in short, he ends up, his master ends up kind of becoming a bit of a jerk too, because he's really big on like wanting to get like his family name kind of like built back up again, and ends up starting to do some things that he normally wouldn't have done to basically bettered himself. And at this point, our main character, he's just kind of fed up with it and builds this uprising, and they go out. I think they murder like 60 different people. So all these like all these slave owners and all these masters who are treating their slaves so bad, they just butcher them to death with like hatchets and stuff. And it's crazy, this massacre that happened. And this is all like apparently a true story. I was actually not aware of this story until I saw this movie. So pretty cool how they have this uprising and just get revenge and just kill all these horrible people who totally deserved everything that was absolutely coming to them. Of course, it doesn't necessarily work out for them so well in the end. You know, that's kind of to be expected, unfortunately. But it makes you wonder. Like, I always think about this. What if just all the slaves back then just would have rose up, all came together, which is, you know, obviously it's very hard to do. Even in this day and age, to get everybody to come together on something is pretty difficult. Would never happen, basically impossible, and it was impossible back then, I'm sure, as well. Even with the way they were being treated, I'm sure it was still impossible. But to get all the slaves, what if they all would have just banded together and just rose up against their masters and just the white race in general? What would have happened? There were, from what I've heard, there were at one point there were more there were more slaves in the U.S. than there were just, you know, white plantation owners. They really could have rose up and taken over. They from what I've heard, that would have been a possibility had they done that, had they all gotten together and banded up and done it. But of course, again, the odds of that really happening is pretty slim. It's very hard to just get, you know, band people together like that. Plus, it's I mean, you got to have some balls to do that, because you're just a slave. You really, I mean, what, you maybe have a pitchfork or a shovel. That's like your weapon. I mean, where are you going to get a gun necessarily? And to rise up against an army, basically. In fact, in this movie, that definitely happens at the end of the movie. They do meet an army, and I mean, they would have had to rise up against so much, and that's a terrifying thing. So to do that, even though the way they're being treated, it's very you really have to I don't even know what you want to say, but you definitely got to have some balls to do that. And it takes the best of the best and the toughest of the tough, and again, to have everybody kind of come together and do that. In fact, there's a kid who in the movie chickens out, and you know, I don't blame the kid. I mean, it's a really scary thing when you have all these these white men with guns coming after you, and you're just this unarmed, you know, young boy. What are you gonna do? So very hard movie to watch at times. There were some very disturbing scenes, very horrible things happening to the slaves. The scene kind of at the end where like they show all the young boy hanging and all the rest of the slaves hanging from the tree. They're just like, they're pulling back. There's just more and more and more and more slaves hanging from the tree. It's just a really horrible, sad thing to watch, and just it just, you know, again, horrible period of time. Not that this period of time is better. Racism is still quite rampant, and I mean, it's definitely very present nowadays. I'm sure it's kind of in the forefront right now. Racism is definitely in the forefront right now with all sorts of different stuff, and it's very sad that people just think that way. I personally don't understand that. I judge people by character, not by skin color or race or anything, or, you know, race, creed, religion, anything like that. If you're an awesome person, then cool. I don't care what you look like. If you're cool, you're cool. If you're a jerk, again, I don't care what you look like. You're a jerk. You know, it doesn't really matter. So I just wish people could do that, but it just I guess it just really does amaze me that people can think that way. I can't comprehend how a brain can work that way. I can just see somebody go, your skin's a different color than mine, or you're from a different culture than me. You're obviously horrible and I'm better than you. It's like, what? Like, I don't understand how a human brain can think that way and whatnot. It boggles my mind, but I don't know. I guess that's the way things just go, unfortunately. But, so yeah, was it a good movie? Definitely. I like this movie. It was great. I would definitely say it's worth watching. Again, hard to watch at times. You know, sort of, once again, some more bittersweetness right here. Not only was my hunt bittersweet today, but the movie, the story was a little bittersweet as well. It had a very, you know, the uprising and all the plantation owners getting what was coming to them was very sweet, but definitely bitter with what ends up the outcome in the end, unfortunately. So, yeah, I would definitely say check this movie out, though. Very well done, very entertaining, but very kind of sad all at the same time as well. So Birth of a Nation, definitely see this one. And as always with that, I am off to bed because I gotta get up nice and early for work tomorrow. Yay! But at least tomorrow shouldn't be a horribly draining, slow day as it has been the last few days. Now that they gave me that nice big stack of bin reassignments, it should keep me busy and make the day go by quite quickly, or at least That's the plan anyway. So again, I'm off to bed. So as always, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also hit that subscribe button if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day. And don't forget about Patreon to help support the show, Spreadshirt.com to grab yourself a Cinema Sickness t-shirt, and of course Instagram to pick yourself up some really cool media. So again, that is it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye. Now this would be an absolutely amazing find. Fanga Boys, I love this album, but unfortunately the disc is horribly scratched and a lady keeps ringing the bell.